Something called Basketball Forever ranked big threes for this coming NBA season. Number 5, Minnesota. Cat's gone, so forget that. Number 4, Bucks with Giannis, Middleton, and Dame. Then, Philly's new big 3, Embiid, PG, and Maxey. But number 2, right behind the champion Celtics, Luka, Kyrie, and Klay Thompson. So Klay makes a big 3. Is this 2018? Well, ESPN came out. They don't think so. Luka, number 2 in the league. Kyrie, 25. Klay dropped 30 spots. Hey, that's 1 spot ahead of Austin Reeves. Why aren't the Lakers a big 3? Well, if you ask the Ringer, Klay ain't even in the top 100 anymore. This is a problem for Klay, and it's why he left the Warriors. Klay felt disrespected by Golden State. They told him, yo, we're gonna take care of all our business, then circle back to you. So Klay was so hurt by that, he took meetings. His final list was the Lakers and Mavericks. Klay's dad works for the Lakers, and he grew up idolizing Kobe Bryant. LeBron even offered a pay cut to sign him. If I can't have Steph Curry, might as well get the other Splash brother. There were discussions of 4 years, $80 million. The Mavs only offered 3 for 50, so on a per year basis, that's 20 million from LA, 16.6 from Dallas. Now, state tax probably evens it out, but that extra year is huge for a guy with an ACL and Achilles tear. But he still chose Dallas. Why? For basketball. Klay chose winning over money to play with Luka and Kyrie. So what's the problem here? Well, they are setting expectations so high, it'll backfire and kill Klay's confidence and game. Mavs coach Jason Kidd even said on what he's seen from Klay since he got to Dallas, yeah, he's still a superstar. What? This is a disaster waiting to happen. A perfect example of how bad things can get with that kind of talk is 1 week before the All-Star break last year. But we are a few days away from the start of the NBA season, and I've been playing Underdog all offseason. Cannot wait for NBA games. Playing Pick'em, you pick higher or lower for your favorite teams, whatever games you're gonna watch that night. Win or lose, you are guaranteed to have more fun. Of course, it helps when you win, and you can win a lot with streaks this year. It's their new game. If you stack 11 wins in a row, you can 1,000x your money. So let's get your streak started off, right? Season actually starts tomorrow, Tuesday. I misspoke, but I'm looking at Wednesday's games because a lot more to choose from. DeJounte Murray more than his 4.5 first quarter points, and Julius Randle less than his points, rebounds, and assists. And best of luck if you were tailing those picks. By the way, if you only like one of my picks, they have promos going on all month long for new users. So check out this map to make sure that Underdog is available in your area. Then go to the app and sign up with promo code AMHOOPS. You get that free pick I was talking about and up to $1,000 in bonus cash. The Warriors were struggling, so Steve Kerr stopped making lineup changes based on emotion. He needed wins. So he chose to close the game in Brooklyn with little-known Gui Santos because Klay was so bad. Dubs won, but after, Klay got brutally honest in the locker room.
Is this an adjustment period for you a little bit? I mean, he's done it a few games, obviously.
Yeah. Kidding me? Go from one of the best players. It's hard for anybody. I'll be honest with you.
You can see him trying to say all the right things, yeah, it's all about winning, but he's about to cry, which was actually nothing compared to what happened 5 games later. The Warriors were up 12 against the Clippers, but Kerr wasn't taking any chances. So he took Klay out with 7 minutes left, and it was obvious he was not coming back. Klay was fuming on the bench, stared off into space, thinking about whatever. But then, Dubs were down 6 with 48 seconds left. They need a 3. So Kerr puts Klay back in the game, and it worked. Klay drew 2, who found Dre, passed to a wide open Brandon Podziemski, and bam! Now down just 3 with 39 seconds left. Plenty of time to defend the possession and tie it up. But unbelievably, Klay intentionally fouls the inbounds, guaranteeing the loss. Steve Kerr went ballistic on the sideline. Cameras caught B-Pods in disbelief. Dude's head was not in the game and he blew it. So the next morning, Kerr informed Klay that he was being replaced in the starting lineup by a rookie, B-Pods. Now Klay went off that night. He dropped 35 points in 28 minutes, but people knew he was not coming back. The point is that all of this drama and emotional roller coaster comes from thinking he's still a superstar. Klay just can't accept that his best basketball is behind him, and as long as the Mavericks keep telling him otherwise, it's a problem. So actually, how bad is Klay right now? Is he washed? Well, the Dubs' 2022 title run was his first full year back, and in those playoffs, Klay actually led the Warriors in minutes, starting all 22 games. He scored 19 points a game on 38% from deep. The next season, he led the NBA in three-pointers made. So what's the issue? Well, actually, we're seeing it in Dallas already. We know that he fits great there on paper. Like last year, the Mavs needed three-point shooting in the biggest moment. They hit just 32% from deep in the finals, and even though the media went off on Luka's defense, the D was actually good. They held Boston to just 109 points per game in the finals. 109. You don't get much better than that in the NBA. Meanwhile, Klay shot 39% from deep on 9 attempts last year. Below his career average, yes, but still elite. In fact, just 3 guys did that last season: Steph Curry, Dante DiVincenzo, and Klay. So sure enough, first preseason game, Klay dropped 10 points against Utah, 3 of 5 from downtown, 3 assists on limited minutes. But next game, 0 for 9 from the field, 0 points. He was not explosive, couldn't separate himself on shots, got chased down, blocked by Nick Batum, for goodness sake. And then the next game, he was good again. But that is like what a role player does. Role players are like good one night, terrible the next night, and it's not a problem. I mean, they're not expected to be a superstar. Unless they are, then it's a problem. Like Luka is a superstar. But as long as Klay is expected to be that, the emotional roller coaster will continue. Used to be the Warriors, now it's the Mavericks. What's the difference? And the Dubs knew this. They offered Klay 2 years, $48 million before the season, which Klay found disrespectful. Because 1 year earlier, they gave Draymond, Jordan Poole, and Wiggins double that money, which is ironic because Klay's last deal came in 2019. He had just tore his ACL in the finals, but got rewarded with a 5-year max contract. So as a thank you, Klay did not take a player option at the end. But had he had that player option, he would have been a free agent right after the 2022 title and gotten paid with Draymond and Wiggs and been a Warrior for life. Instead, they kicked him to the curb because it was time for a change. In Golden State, he was always going to be compared to prime Klay, the guy who's going to have a statue outside. So even when he led the NBA in threes, it was not good enough. So this is the mistake that the Mavericks are already making. The one thing that will fix all this is winning. So this is a look at win totals for the entire Western Conference. The good news is Dallas projects as a top team, one of 4 projected over 50 wins. I'd say, by the way, the bottom of the West is the Spurs, Jazz, and Blazers. The bad news is this is one of the most competitive Western Conferences we have ever seen. There is no lock that they're gonna make it back, but the standard in Dallas right now is a championship, and for Klay to be a superstar. But it's those kinds of expectations that set a player like Klay up to fail. But hey, it can't be worse than the Clippers situation right now. Shams says that Kawhi is gonna be out indefinitely to start the year. Dude didn't even play in one preseason game or practice, but still managed to wreck his knee again. So just how bad is it gonna be for LA? Well, James Harden says he is gonna do his best impression this year of Luka Doncic.